Welcome back. I'm Rob Lang and this is my game Clomper. You live inside a mechanical ladybird called a Clomper, which you control by making pipes to power machines with steam. The outside world is a hellscape, which you explore from inside the Clomper, gathering resources and completing quests. That sounds like fun. Go wishlist on Steam. In this devlog, we're going to be making tea, we're going to be having a nice sit down, and then there's some frivolous stuff too. I'm going to talk about the Steam page and the changes I've made and why the old trailer was a bit rubbish, why the new one is much better. And then we're going to look at the plan. What's next? What's coming up? Let's get stuck in. At the end of the last devlog, I was in something of a state. You couldn't sit down, you couldn't make tea, and Bernie was burning up through the seat. Well, now you can sit Bernie down into a seat and he will stay there and he will look around the Clomper. It's rather sweet. And you can join him and sit down and look around the Clomper as things are clomping along. You can also make tea. So the tea boiler has now got a dial on it and it's linked up to this big bulb at the top here, which we can connect up with a steam pipe. And there you go, it's powered up with steam and it uses rather a lot of steam. And after 6 minutes, the tea will boil and you can drink it. That's it. It has no benefit in the game at all. I mean, except of course you can slow the Clomper down because the amount of steam this takes is ridiculous. You need an entire boiler running at about half for it to do anything at all. So that was the first frivolous thing I did. The next thing is all to do with these steam pipes. Now I've had a feature in here for some time where as the player, if you jumped into here, it would push you up into the air, which is good fun. So the steam on the end of the pipe actually will give you a force. Whee! I quite enjoy doing that. But I found it a bit sad that you couldn't also do that with other stuff. Now if you take any other kind of scrap, dead pipe or fire sprite, you can put it up in the steam. There we go. This one is weirdly very well balanced. There you go, it also goes in the steam. Now of course it is weight dependent because I'm just using the physics engine. If I take poor Bernie here, who is a lot lighter than any others, and I pop him into the steam and then give him a drop, off he goes. That worked much better than I was expecting it to. Now of course steam can go in any direction, so you can have a lot of fun with this. And I imagine that if you are trolling your friends, this is perfect. Bye, Bernie. Oh. If you could put it in the steam jet properly. And bye. It shoots them up the other end. It's a small thing, but it entertained me greatly. I've also done a performance pass where I improved the steam algorithm. Before, every time you did anything, such as removing a pipe or adding one back in, the steam algorithm would run and it would have to find all of the pipes inside here and then work out where all the steam's going to run. That wasn't particularly efficient. So now what it does is it remembers all of the pipes are in there, and every time you remove one or add one, it just updates its big list. So it doesn't have to do this quite expensive check of all the pipes. The algorithm still runs in the same way, so there is still a slight lag spike, but in the build, you won't see it. The other performance improvement I've implemented is to do with particle overdraw. Now in this scene, you can see that there are a lot of particles being drawn on top of each other. However, before, it was much worse. In Unity, you can use the overdraw mechanism to show you where you've got lots of overdraw. Overdraw is bad because it's just drawing the same pixels over and over and over again, and you can't actually see the difference. To solve this, I reduced the number of particles coming out of all the steam pipes. It does look a little bit less chunky, but it's good enough, and it reduces the amount of lag when you get very close up to boilers like this. This is the old trailer. It's the first one that I put up on the Steam page. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know what I was trying to show, and the whole trailer is a bit slow and a bit clunky. Okay, you want it to be a bit clunky, you want it to be clompy, but it was really not very good. Since then, I've watched an enormous amount of Derek Liu's excellent trailer explanation videos, links down below. And now the new trailer looks like this. I follow the idea that the first 12 seconds needs to be a series of very quick cuts that show you in no uncertain terms what the game is all about. I needed to have the cute fire sprites in there, and I needed to have putting pipes, putting on machines, the whole lot in just 12 seconds. I improved the text to make it chunky, just like the logo, and then I kept a lot of the rest of it looking much the same, except there's less of the outside, because the outside world I've not done yet. That's still very early developer graphics. All of the graphics are developer graphics because they're all mine. I wanted to make sure I got all of the main important features in, so the new trailer is based a lot more on the inside. In fact, I even make a bit of a joke about how rubbish the outside looks at the moment. I enjoyed making the trailer very much, and when I sent it to the composer, she said, "Oh, I'd like to update the music." And she did, and it was wonderful. It's beefier, and the theme comes in a little bit earlier. I'm really proud of the new trailer. The timings are the same, so at the end of this video, you'll be able to see them side by side. But it's not just the trailer that's been updated. I also had to improve the thumbnail images because they had also got rather old as well. And below, further down in the description text, I added some new GIFs. The old GIFs, again, very old graphics, 2.5 years old. The plan is still on track. I've got some alpha testing to do with my son, and then with my friends, my friends.
I see you haven't fixed this damn interface. What a load of rubbish.
I'll implement any sensible feedback off the back of that. There won't be any sensible feedback. There will. And then I'll be running a closed beta in the Discord. For that, I need people who kind of understand what Clomper's about and don't need lots of tutorials. Any glaringly obvious bugs or problems I'll fix, but if it generally looks stable, I'll then upload the demo, which is a kind of public beta, because I'm going to make it an evolving demo. Thanks very much for making it to the end. If you like making tea, if you like flinging things around inside the Clomper, then go wishlist now and like and subscribe. Come on to Discord and you'll find out all about the beta. But don't worry, because I will make a video and say, hey look, the beta's happening. And hopefully our next video is going to be alpha footage of me being mocked endlessly by my family and friends. Until next time, bye bye. Is that it? Is that it? It doesn't feel like I've done enough. It is what it is.